I'm Nathan Judah. I'm here with Wolves reporter Mr. Liam Keane. Liam, Wolves 0, Arsenal 1. Interesting game of football, ultimately 0 points. And to be honest, I've got to say, I don't think Wolves deserved any.
No, I have to agree. And the disappointing thing is, and we can go through the game chronologically as well, but the most disappointing thing for me is Wolves. There's a controversial, I think, to say the least, red card for Arsenal. It's been very split online, very split amongst the sort of footballing community. I don't think it was a red card. I think it was a bit harsh. But that's one side. Wolves have got an opportunity.
A fantastic
opportunity. They come out in that second half with 11 versus 10.
Yeah.
At home, with a fan base, by the way, willing them on, a fan base with them, fans desperate for them to do well. And they were worse with 11 versus 10 for the first 20 minutes of that second half than they were 11 versus 11.
I agree.
They sat back even deeper. They were almost defending a point despite having the man advantage, and that's the most frustrating thing. Now, after that, they start to get into their groove, don't they?
They do, yeah. About the 60-minute mark.
Yeah, exactly. They start to fashion a couple of chances. Hwang has a shot saved. Sarabia scuffed one wide.
Yeah.
Cunha has two efforts that were really close. And Wolves have started to get into their groove. They're playing more on the front foot. They're looking after the ball well. They're getting into good areas. The players like Cunha, like Hwang, the players that you want involved are involved. And João Gomes goes and gets himself sent off. Now, the first one, which was right in front of us down here, in front of the dugout, was silly. He kicks the ball away, gets a yellow card. I think it looked to me like he was claiming to the referee they didn't hear it, because there was a second one in the second half where he tapped the ball away and he thought it was Wolves' throw-in, and Arsenal obviously asking for a red card and he doesn't get it. So I'll give him the slight benefit of the doubt in that he may not have heard the whistle, but still, the rules are the rules. You know what the rules are. You don't kick the ball away. He gets a silly yellow card, and then the second one.
And then you walk in a tightrope for the rest of the
Exactly.
game. We know how João Gomes plays. He plays full of energy. In fact, he had more energy than a lot of those players today, and I understand that.
He plays full throttle, doesn't he? And then when he's on that booking already, and he dives in, tries to win the ball on the edge of Arsenal's box, catches Timber, and it's a second yellow. And Michael Oliver's got no choice but to send him off.
It's such a bad area of the pitch to give it away as well. You know, you're it's outside the box that you're attacking as well. You know, you're not stretching back. You know, it's not a difficult foul. I feel like, look, the manager went absolutely berserk, by the way. You can understand it as well, because everybody thought the life was sucked out of the stadium, I think, at that point. And when you know 10 versus 10 is a completely different game, then Calafiori comes up, the second half substitute, ironically, on because they were down to 10 men, and scored a decent goal. And it's just... The frustrating thing for me, Liam, is when they go 1-0 down, those last 20 minutes are so passive from Wolves. That's what I don't understand. I've got to question the substitutes today, I really do. To a certain extent, I thought the likes of Guedes or Rodrigo Gomes should have been on a lot earlier in the game, not when the game's gone, it's the last 5 minutes. So I don't quite understand that. I'd be interested to see what Vitor Pereira says after the game. But those last 20 minutes, they're almost walking. They're almost walking. It was almost like the team that were protecting the lead. I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, the gap between the red card for João Gomes and the goal is roughly about 4 minutes. So it's a 4 minutes there that just kills the game really for Wolves. I haven't seen a really good replay of the goal yet, so I do need to watch it back to see who may or may not have been at fault. Semedo does get the header at the far post. I wonder whether maybe he could have headed it into a better area.
I mean, it's a smart finish from Calafiori
as well. And also he's totally unmarked. He just walks onto it. I mean, there's got to be. I need to have a look at it. There needs to be someone somewhere that could have tracked him. Walks onto it. It's a good finish, but it is what it is. And you say rightly that Wolves' reaction from that. You used the word passive. I'd agree with that. I think lethargic was disappointed. It really was. Again, it's a Wolves fan base that were with the team today, that were willing them on, trying to drag them through. And there was a moment roughly around 81st minute when Bellegarde picks the ball up, sort of middle third, and he doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know what pass to pick. He looks around at all of his teammates, every single attacking teammate, every single midfield teammate, everyone's walking. He doesn't know where to pass it, he doesn't know where to go. It's a backwards pass and the fans are so frustrated, willing them on. They look like a team that Vitor Pereira has put so much emphasis on confidence, and they look like a team right now that are really struggling through 4 consecutive defeats, and they look devoid of any confidence.
They do, and some of them look like they don't care at this moment in time, to be honest. So there's some of them that are just looking at the ground, and they're all going to get clubs. You know, if this team goes down, they're not going to fight clubs. They're all going to be still multi-millionaires and stuff. And I just feel there's not a lot of fight there. There's not a lot of fight apart from 2 or 3 players. What I would say today is Emmanuel Agbadou had his best game in a Wolves shirt. It was absolutely excellent.
Particularly second half as well,
Did not deserve to be on the losing side today.
No.
At the same time, that's 4 defeats on the spin now in the Premier League of Vitor Pereira's Wolves. And they've got Aston Villa next, then they go away to Liverpool. It's worrying. It's worrying. Everton have won today. Look, that gap's. It's looking at like a shootout between Ipswich Town and Wolves at this moment in time to stay in the Premier League. I know there's a lot of football still to be played, but at this moment in time, it doesn't look like Wolves are going to pick up any points anytime soon.
And as I keep trying to reiterate as well, it's not just the Villa and Liverpool game, but you then go away to Bournemouth, who have smashed Forest today. You then go back here against Fulham. I know Wolves beat Fulham in the reverse fixture, but Fulham had a very good season. You don't get into some quote-unquote easier games until we're looking at Ipswich, Southampton, but they're massive games now, aren't they? They become huge fixtures. This team has to pick up results. You can't continue to lose, and this was unfortunately a massive opportunity missed.
Some people, it's a frustrating thing, Liam. I mean, you look at it today, you know, no Saka in the side, you know, Odegaard ill today, gone home, down to 10 men, second half, 11 versus 10, and it's just nothing really, just nothing. And even, you know, we haven't even talked about Jorgen Strand Larsen, who's gone off the pitch as well. We'll find out how he is, but if he misses multiple weeks, Hwang Hee-chan came on for him, and goodness me, I mean, he looks like a different player at this moment in time. Looks like someone who hasn't kicked a football. It's really disappointing. Look, there's 8-9 days left of this transfer window. We'll see what the Strand Larsen injury is like, but there needs to be reinforcements here, and there needs to be some sense of, I don't know, responsibility, I think, from the players at this moment in time, because they're sleepwalking to relegation at this moment.
Yeah, and they look like lacking a bit of leadership, lacking a bit of direction,
lacking a bit of belief.
Yeah, belief and confidence, and that sort of, we use the word passive and lethargic, and they look like that even at the full-time whistle. Now they're going to be disappointed and they're frustrated, of course they are, but I just don't see a team right now that is scrapping. And I know they've got that in them as well. This team's got that scrap in them, and right now I don't think they're doing that. And that's probably one of the very small basics that they should be doing. So there's talent in this side, but it's an unbalanced squad, an unbalanced 11 to some degree, with Agbadou playing on the left, albeit he's played very well today. And they need additions as well. We have to come back round to January, because up until, well, February 3rd, isn't it? The window closes on that Monday night. Between now and then, they have to have some signings for the door. Probably at least 2. And they have to, and particularly if Larsen's out, you're probably looking at a forward now as well, aren't you? It depends on how bad the injury is. We don't know yet, as you just said, so God forbid there won't be anything too serious with him, but this team needs a bit of impetus, a bit of direction.
Wolves 0, Arsenal 1. Follow post-match reaction. Make sure you log on to expressandStar.com.